Hello there! I'm going to be going over the process of how you would remove a master file from an ESP. If you're like me, I have been following Lexi's Legacy of the Dragonborn setup, and this is a very large mod list here, a few of which of the mods in the list here are optional. Now, whenever you get later down into the file list, there are going to be a bunch of patches that make everything work together nicely. Now, some of those patches do require some of these optional files. So if you didn't install everything and you're finding some of the patches have required masters that you don't have, then this will be helpful for you. As an example, I just made a separate profile in Mod Organizer here, so I didn't mess with my mod list too much. And then I activated the Omega Legacy of the Dragonborn CACO consistency patch, which you can see over here. And then I enabled all the masters for it, which are up here, except for one, which is 3D NPC, or interesting followers. So the first thing that we need to do is go into Wrye Bash, run it. And you'll see that the file here is in red, obviously, because we have a missing master. So the first thing you want to do is right-click the patch, go to File, and create Dummy Masters. You'll get a warning. Just hit yes to that. And what this will do is it will create an empty plugin or ESP with the file name that you need over here. As you can see, it's 1 kilobyte. So it's pretty much empty. So after that, you can close Wrye Bash, and if you're using Mod Organizer, that should put it into your overwrite bin. It might create this bash patch and any tweaks. You don't need those for now, so you can delete those. And then it should show up over here in your right pane somewhere. You want to go ahead and activate it. Now, we need to go into Xedit so we can remove all the records of this plugin. So go ahead and run that. Now, the quickest way to do this, if you're running the guide or your own mod list, whatever, you want to right click, select none, and then you want to double click on that patch file. And what that'll do, it'll load up the patch file and all of its required masters, instead of you having to load every other single ESP on the list. Now, if we look at the file header here, we can see the master files down here, and it still requires 3D NPC. So the first thing that we want to do is right click on the plugin, and we want to go to check for errors. Now, depending on your list, this might take a little bit longer, and the list itself could also be a bit longer. It just depends on how many things need to be removed. Basically, you want to wait until it says all done, and then you want to look at the lines in between checking for errors and all done. In this case, we have 4 lines total, and you'll see here, this is the record that we want to remove. Now, if you're having trouble finding this, the line below it will kind of like direct you towards where it is. Luckily, this is a very small patch, but LVLI stands for leveled item, so that's where this would be. So the first thing that we want to remove is CACO ingredient restore stamina first, which is right here. And you want to look through the plugin for where the error is located. So right here has the error could not be found. And you want to make sure that you right click up in this leveled list entry header. If you click down here, you're not going to get the right option. If you click up here, there will be the option to remove it. We just want to go ahead and hit that. You'll get this warning. Just hit yes, I'm sure. Then you go back to your messages tab and you find the other ingredient, which is CACO ingredient damage magic a third, which is right below it. Again, just look through the record find the error, right click at the actual leveled list entry, and hit remove. Now the last thing we want to do is, you'll notice that 3D MPC is still there in the required masters. So you want to right click the patch and go to clean masters. And if we go to the file header again, boom, 3D MPCs is not in there. And now you can close out of Xedit. Make sure you save your changes to the file. Click OK. And then the last thing that we want to do is go into that override folder, or wherever you put the dummy plugin, and you just want to go ahead and delete it because you don't need it anymore. Now we've removed all the records from the patch, and it is good to go. So hopefully this was helpful, and I want to thank you, and you have a lovely day.